Hey guys, welcome to our 4th episode today at Wander Taipei. I'm Sydney, and today we're going to bring you guys a little bit closer to the city today. We're going to take a stroll around the Zhongshan district, where places like the Taipei Fine Arts Museum, the Yuanshan Park, and, you guessed it right, the Taipei Broadcasting Station stands proudly. I've been working around here for a couple of months, so trust me when I say that I know how to entertain myself when I leave the studio. First stop, the Taipei Fine Arts Museum. The Taipei Fine Arts Museum is simply just breathtaking. It is one of those places that calms you down from the noise and the tension that saturates the urban scene.
Alright guys, I'm standing right in front of the children's branch, or what we call the children's section for the Taipei Fine Arts Museum. This place was founded in 2014, which is way after I was born. So my parents had different schedules at the start of their careers, which gave them a lot of time and space to take turns bringing me here as sort of an immersive daycare, which was pretty calming and soothing for a child who wasn't constantly crying or fussing over tiny things.
So if you pay attention to the overall style of the architecture, you'll realize that it mostly features gray and white monochromatic tones. The architect wanted to pay an homage to the iconic compound architectural structures, which meant it featured a lot of Chinese-styled corridors and arches in the whole building. Another thing that I love about this place is that instead of having heavy walls in the corridors, they opted for these massive windows, which allows the natural sunlight to just flow in gracefully. And we all know that sometimes contemporary art can be a little bit intense. So it's really nice to know that you can just come out, take a breath, let everything sink in, and just get a healthy dose of vitamin D after every venture we make into the artist's psyche.
Before you explore the other places in the area, take a 2-minute walk towards the Wang House Theater to check out the stunning replica of the famous architect Wang Da's apartment.
Wang Da is a very famous architect, and he is iconic in the way that he was a pioneer who tried to incorporate Eastern and Western elements into his work. Guess what? He's also the guy that designed Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hall and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Wang was born in Beijing, but he established a pretty solid career in Taiwan as he led the nation's modernist movement in architecture. If you pay attention to a lot of the details in this apartment, you will realize that a lot of Wang's style was heavily influenced by the Bauhaus movement, and it's very interesting to see how he tries to incorporate these very minimalistic shapes and lines with a lot of classical Chinese iconographies.
Upon reading about Wang's other works in the city, I came by a quote written by the writer Chen Wanqian, where she addresses how artists and writers like Wang himself, who were originally from China, ended up settling in Taiwan. She writes, "I thought about those who chose to settle in Taipei. The tale is unseen and the legends unsung, and how they gently glowed in the dark corners of the city. Why did those people leave their hometowns? Why did they choose to stay in Taipei? What did Taiwanese culture mean to them when they came with their own set of beliefs and mannerisms? All of these questions got me thinking of one very special dish that is very dear to our culture: beef noodle soup." If the International Beef Noodle Soup Festival sounds interesting to you, then the Zhongshan district is definitely the place to be. Stop by the Taipei Expo Park Yuanshan area for the festival, and you'll get to observe beef noodle soup competitions and enjoy different types of beef noodle soup from award-winning noodle shops.
Alright guys, here goes my first bowl of beef noodle soup today.
Because having a hot bowl of beef noodle soup is like having a freshly made plate of known as pasta. But there's more to beef noodle soup than its comforting taste. The dish is a conglomeration of cultural and historical contradictions. Did you know that historically, a lot of Taiwanese people don't eat beef at all? Before the Dutch set foot on Taiwan, indigenous tribes had very little contact with cows to begin with. However, due to Confucian sacrifice rituals and because farmers relied on cows to plow the fields, beef consumption was officially discouraged. So how did beef noodle soup become so popular? The dish was brought forth by the KMT Kuomintang government. It became widely accessible due to allowing imported beef in Taiwan and post-war food supplies like flour and canned beef from the United States. Surprisingly, amid political and cultural tensions between immigrant Chinese settlers and local residents, this dish became one of the very few things that people enjoyed together. Now, if it happens that it's not a weekend for a beef noodle soup party, the Taipei Expo Park Yuanshan area also offers other options of entertainment. You can do some light plane spotting here, and they offer a weekend farmers market along with a massive food court with a wide range of foods to choose from. You can even walk around what's left of the former children's amusement park right behind the Taipei Broadcasting Station. But if you're still someone pining for something green, you can also visit the Rose Gardens and the Taipei Collectible Botanical Garden on the other side of the Expo Park.
The Zhongshan district is genuinely a place that's constantly morphing into something new and dynamic. On one side, you have the contemporary art from the Taipei Fine Arts Museum, and on the other side, you have these shells from the previous Flower Expo that are incubating their own little ecosystems, and you see how the community just responds to it by making it into a fusion of elements for everyone to enjoy. Hey folks, this is the end of our episode today at Wander Taipei. Please like and subscribe to our channel and leave a comment to let us know what your thoughts are on the Zhongshan district. This is Sydney Weng signing off at Taipei Broadcasting Station. Until next time.